Greetings, Aquarius and Aquarius rising. This is your Western forecast for 2024. This year is a major energy shift, a big transitional year, because the three outer planets, Pluto, Neptune, Uranus, are on the verge of changing signs, and they will all have changed signs and be in harmony with each other next year. This year, they're in the transition. So a lot of change, but there's a lot of uncertainty because of the transition, but the future looks really good. So I'll talk about that at the end of this video. But we want to talk about how is your life, what's going on in your life. And I look to Jupiter and Saturn. Jupiter is where we have the opportunities, the growth, the expansion. Jupiter is a 12-year cycle. It's currently in Taurus. Saturn is a 29.5-year cycle. Saturn is where we need to do the work. And if you do the work and you face your fears and you persevere, the Jupiter rewards you. If you are resisting and afraid of the Saturn, then it just gets delayed. Now, before I break that down and get into these other important transits, if you enjoy these kinds of videos and would like to see more of them, click like and subscribe. And don't forget to click on the notification bell so you can receive the latest postings. And if you go into the description box underneath the video, you'll find a direct link to my website so you could book an astrology reading or inquire about my 2-question offer. All right, Jupiter in Taurus, once every 12 years. It entered Taurus into your 4th house of home and family in May of 2023. And it remains in Taurus till the end of May 25th, 2024, at which point the Jupiter goes into Gemini for 1 year. Now, just keeping with Jupiter in Taurus in your 4th, and you already got a preview from last year, all things the 4th, family, property, land, real estate, that Jupiter is bringing more luck, more opportunity, more growth. Sometimes with Jupiter, which always expands, you move into a bigger home, or you're remodeling and expanding your home. The 4th house can be family, and the Jupiter could be getting a lot of support and generosity from family. But Jupiter also likes to travel. It's the traveling planet, and you may be traveling to visit family, or you're taking the family and going on and traveling with the family. Those are some of the qualities of Jupiter in the 4th. It certainly would be very favorable because Jupiter is very prosperous with lots of opportunities for growth in the 4th house, would be very favorable for investing in land or property. Now, Saturn is in Pisces once every 29.5 years. Saturn went into Pisces in March of 2023, and it's there till February 2026. So we have about 2 more years left. Saturn is, when it's in Pisces, Pisces is the 2nd sign past Aquarius. So the 2nd sector in astrology deals with your income, your personal money, your cash flow. Here's the worrisome ending with good news. When Saturn, whether it is in your horoscope for your exact time of birth, or this overall general trend, which is still very valuable information, when Saturn goes into the 2nd, Saturn is always restricted, worry, it's not enough money. But what happens is, because it triggers this uncomfortableness, that I may run out of money. I got to figure out how to make more money. I don't have any money in my retirement, so on and so forth. People start doing things when Saturn enters the second house of income to make more money. They take another job, they get more training, they invest in a business, whatever it takes. And what happens is, somewhere through going into the second year, into the third year, so maybe later this year, that Saturn, as it's halfway through the journey of your second house of income, you start making more money because you were so worried you were going to run out of money. So maybe last year when Saturn first went into your second, as it went into Pisces, you were feeling more worried about money. But as you get more towards the middle of 2024 through 2025, you could start making more money. Now, Jupiter is a 12-year cycle. It's in Taurus, moving through your fourth of family and real estate. Uranus is an 84-year cycle. Uranus is all this progressive, liberating, rebellious energy. Jupiter being a 12-year cycle, but it takes 13 years for the Jupiter to catch up to the transiting Uranus. So every 13 years, lucky, expansive Jupiter aligns with liberating, unpredictable, exciting Uranus every 13 years for the whole world. And it's going to be exact on April the 20th, 2024. But all of April, certainly the beginning of May, that expansive, lucky Jupiter is bringing these unexpected results of Uranus. Jupiter-Uranus could be unexpected windfalls of luck and money, and it's in your fourth house of family, of real estate. Maybe family comes together and really helps you, supports you in buying a home. You might be selling a home, and because the way the market has been, you make a huge profit, and there's this big windfall of money from property. And again, it could also be where there's this unexpected generosity from family. Now, that's April. So now we have the real estate, the family, the money, peaking, breaking through by April. By a month later, on May the 25th, Jupiter, expansive lucky Jupiter, leaves Taurus, leaves that fourth of real estate and family, and goes into the fifth for 1 year, till June 2025. The fifth is in business and finance. It deals with investing. It deals with gambling, speculation, but Jupiter brings a certain amount of luck. So you could be luckier at investing or gambling. The fifth house also deals with children. And maybe the Jupiter-Uranus alignment was bringing you a new home to create the nest to have a baby. Or you're investing in real estate for your own home, or maybe the real estate business that brought you the opportunities, that windfalls of luck and money with the Jupiter-Uranus in April. Now, Saturn, this whole time, 2 more years, is moving through your second house of income. So you're taking on a lot more focus and responsibility to stabilize and secure your income. And like I said, towards the end of 2024 through 2025, in general, most Aquarius risings will start seeing that all their efforts to make more money will start paying off. But first we got to get past Jupiter and Saturn. Because Jupiter in the fifth, starting May the 25th, Now, being in Gemini, Gemini forms a square or tension to Pisces, Saturn in Pisces. So the Jupiter going into the 5th could be about investing. And but come August, Jupiter will be limited and restricted by Saturn because they're forming a square to each other. And that could be where Saturn in the 2nd house of income is really restricting all of your expectations and hopefulness of Jupiter in the 5th house of investments. So that could also be with Saturn in the 2nd house of income. You're still worried that your investments aren't paying off, or there's a setback, or maybe the stock market temporarily drops 800 points and everyone's freaking out, and the next month, it all comes back. But in August 2024, you might be really hitting a wall and really frustrated about finances, and it could be around investing. Now, the other big theme is the nodes, the transits of the nodes. The North Node we call the karmic North Node. Why I call it karmic, other astrologers call it karmic, it's like pulling you towards your destiny, whether you even know what you're doing. It's out of your free will, out of your ego. It's more of this kind of unconscious flow of energy that's pulling you into your future. That's what the North Node is representing. It goes through all the 12 signs every 18 and a half years. In July of 2023, it went into Aries, and it's there in your 3rd house until January 2025. So all of 2024, this karmic pull of the North Node is moving through your 3rd house. The 3rd house is about learning, writing, selling. So all these ideas and communications, you're either spreading these ideas through marketing, or you're learning all new ideas. You could be really selling yourself, selling your products. And with that karmic North Node in the 3rd of communications and sales through 2024, then that Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, which is that lucky windfall of energies, in the 4th of real estate. This could either be that you suddenly come into money to buy real estate, but that usually is, if you're a realtor, that could be all the selling, and you could have get a really expensive listing with a big commission, and that could be happening around either getting the listing or selling the property in April. But this could also be learning. That's that North Node, that karmic North Node in the 3rd of new learning, new ideas. That could be around investing. That's the Jupiter going into the 5th. The South Node always is opposite the North Node. The South Node is what you need to let go, detach from, maybe kind of reorganize, so you're more focused on the 3rd house of learning and selling. The 9th house can be marketing and publishing. With the South Node there through 2024, maybe you need to reorganize, rethink, take a different approach, so you're much more focused on the selling of the 3rd house. Now, 2024 is that year of big transitions, because I said the 3 outer planets, Pluto, Neptune, Uranus, that can impact life-altering changes, all three of these planets are transitioning from one sign to another in 2024 into 2025. Now, they just happen to be aligning and changing signs at the same time. Very rare event. The Uranus has been transiting in Taurus in your fourth house of family property. That Uranus could bring in a lot of unpredictabilities, a lot of unexpected changes from 2018 until July 2025, when Uranus leaves the fourth house of family and property and moves into Gemini, that moves into your fifth house of investing, of creative projects. And Uranus is always just wanting to advance forwards. So keeping that in mind, Neptune has been in Pisces since 2012. And this year, especially May through August, Neptune is at the last degree of Pisces, and it's retrograding, it'll stop, and by the end of April 2024, the Neptune leaves Pisces and moves into Aries, and goes into your third house of communications and learning and ideas. And Neptune can be all this inspiring energy, creative energy. Pluto is going from Capricorn to Aquarius from 2023 to 2024. The Pluto in Capricorn, Capricorn is the sign prior to Aquarius, so it's your shadow sector. Well, that began in 2008. And at the beginning of 2023, Pluto left Capricorn, briefly went into Aquarius, stopped, retrograded back into Capricorn, tying up loose ends, back into Aquarius January 2024 through the end of May, retrograding one last time, tying up loose ends in Capricorn, until from June into November. Late November is back into Aquarius and remaining there for the next 20 years. So a lot of this paradigm shift is going to be very transformational for Aquarians or Aquarius rising because of that Pluto entering into your sign. Now, Aquarius is an air sign. When Uranus goes into Gemini, it's an air sign. So this transformational Pluto will be in harmony with innovative, revolutionary Uranus, technological Uranus. And then Neptune goes into Aries. Well, Aries is a fire sign that heats up the air of Gemini and Aquarius, so the air can have more ideas and more freedom, and the air is the oxygen to keep the fire burning. So all three of these life-altering planets are changing signs and are going to be in harmony with each other. But why all the chaos and things astrologically look so favorable, but it doesn't even really start to take hold for 2025. But we're getting all these clues in 2024. Well, the big clue, when we look to history repeating itself, is that the last time Pluto went from Capricorn to Aquarius was a little over 240 years ago. And what was happening then? The French Revolution, the American Revolution, as the people of France and America was fighting the autocratic kings and demanding personal freedoms, and that was the launching of the grand experiment called democracy over 240 years ago. But there was a lot of chaos and war, but fighting for our personal freedoms. That's what's happening now. And so as scary and horrible as all this change is happening now around the world, I'm very optimistic of where these energies are pushing us. It's not pushing us over the cliff. it's awakening us like it did over 240 years ago. So that is like it was when America was founded. We're being reset once again for a whole new positive era that's advancing favorably for the world. I want to thank you for watching. If you'd like information on how to book an astrology reading or to sign up for my 2-question offer, visit my website at gardino.co. That's .co. Until next year, be safe and well.